And we're just getting almost started. Michael's Adventures, thanks for coming in. Did a number on my voice there, have Cheetah with you. That was no joke. I've been alternating hot and cold drinks since yesterday. Okay, I'm just gonna try to keep it to a minimum, but I don't have anything else I have to do today, so that's okay. Oh, Solomon, I was there. Yeah, I was filming the Freedom Convoy in Ottawa last February. As much as I could. I was only able to be there 3 days a week. That's funny, have Cheetah Wolf you, because I watched back the interview that we did yesterday, and I can hear myself like yelling at the camera. It's what a lot of streamers accuse each other of, is oh, you're just gonna yell at the camera. Yeah, that was it, Solomon. Yes. I was in Ottawa with Travel Fund 69 and a few other people that I had met there, like Zot and oh, I forget some of the other names of the channels, but that's it. Yeah, I haven't done enough on this channel this year. I thought I'd be doing a lot more outdoor streams. I live close to Niagara Falls, and sometimes I'm able to get out. This was a busier work year than I expected. Jeff and I from Travel Fund 69, we do construction work. I just work with him, it's his company, but it's just the two of us in a truck, but we go out and do asphalt and concrete and stuff like that. But we ended up working right into December this year. Oh, well, in that case, it was so many viewers, so there would be a few fakes here and there. There was a handful of donations and stuff like that. I'm sure some of the streamers lost money. Probably overall, probably costed me $1,000 to go there, between the loss in work, gas, hotels, and stuff. You know, some super chats came in and stuff like that, but that's not really what it was about. It was more, you know, we're lucky to be able to go and do things like that and take advantage of the opportunity to be able to film and document it. So, you know, I'm sure a few streamers made, I'm sure many streamers either lost. If you want to talk finances, but it's not always about money. There are ways to fake super chats. We saw a lot of that, and yeah, that's just a part of it. But he also was able to distribute a lot of that back. I gotta watch what I say, but you know what I mean. There were envelopes handed out and stuff like that. They actually made it illegal after. Yeah, it was a interesting thing. I'm glad I was able to be there for the time that I was. You know, some of the guys were lucky; they were able to stay. Jeff was there most of the time, and obviously all the channels grew like crazy. Even I gained thousands of subscribers. A lot of them have left now because there's so many fake accounts and trolls and bots and, you know, all the left-wing extremists hammering as much as they could, but I tried to at least voice the idea that I was middle of the road, just so that I could hang on. Trouble with all these platforms now, YouTube and everything else, is you can't say much. If you start talking about the subject, streams can get shut down, even channels can get shut down. And you know, we don't want that, not after all this work. No, Travel Fun was there the whole time. He was there right until the cops were coming with the gates and forcing everybody out. It's all there. It's all documented. Now, thank you for that, Solomon. And thank you, Stock Explorer, for coming in. Stock Explorer is going to go live after me for some stock and crypto talk. Probably some friendly conversation along with that. We'll go and raid that in an hour. I'm just... Doctor says I gotta walk, so I'm walking from the Netherlands. Thanks for sticking with me all this time, especially when I've been so inactive. We're working on things right now to start pumping up a lot more videos and streaming. This is just something that I'm doing to motivate me to keep walking, because I got to do it, right? We're indoors for the winter, so treadmill is probably the best option. In the spring, I hope to get back out, but even during these winter months, I will try to do at least a couple of interesting things and get outside. Pardon me. Jubba Bruce, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Yes, you're absolutely right. Yes, I'm hoping that soon I'll be motivated to start eating better. Not so much diet, but like permanent lifestyle change, let's say. A few months ago, I did a 3-day fast. I was trying for 4. I only made 3, but it was just me doing it. I just wanted to know what it was like, and really wasn't that hard, to be honest with you. By the end of the 3rd night, the only problem is your mind starts playing tricks on you. So for me, I couldn't stop thinking on Sunday night about what am I going to eat on Tuesday morning when it's time. Everything I tried, I couldn't stop it. So got up on the computer, laid in bed watching TV, got on the phone playing around, nothing would help. So after midnight on Sunday, I just decided that was it and had some toast, and that was the end of it. So should have been about a 72-hour fast. I can't be certain that I did not have a monster on Friday morning when I got up. So let's just say I did. So a little bit less than 72 hours then. It is, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully, we'll see. The idea is motivation, but again, meant to be a permanent lifestyle change, not trying to lose weight this week or next month. This is meant to be next year I'll be doing better than I am today, you know? That's all. The exercise is for the sleep and to be able to get up, maybe squeeze an extra hour out of the day. That'd be nice. And the streaming helps, so thank you everybody for being here, because you are keeping me motivated to show up every day. Scratch and Pete, thanks for coming in. Yeah, I looked at the comments last night, have Cheetah Wolf View. I didn't see anything much yet. Just a couple things there. I did have a couple of people reach out on Instagram though, just to say they're subscribing or whatever, which is cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I drink Monster almost every morning, So when I did the fast a few months ago, I probably had a monster the morning, Friday morning. I can't remember, so we have to say I did. It doesn't matter though. It doesn't make a difference. It was months ago. No, you're right. Yes, Solomon. So I will get into some more water. You'll be happy to see that instead of water, I have a Gatorade on me right now. But again, it's not about today. I can't lose weight today, so I'm not worried about it. And I've done all this before. I lost 30 pounds in 2 months, and it wasn't that hard. So it wasn't hard at all, actually. And there you go. Yes, you're right, Solomon. Thank you. So to keep this up, that's why I'm streaming, right? Makes it a lot more interesting for me, and helps the hour go by faster because I'm doing an hour a day. So every day I step the treadmill up, although I'm slacking today. We'll get this thing up to 2.7 again and then maybe stick there. We'll see. Hopefully everybody's New Year's off to a good start. We're about a week in now, so pretty soon I'm sure people will not be saying Happy New Year so much anymore. But to everybody who's here, Happy New Year. No, of course. No, I'm gonna do it anyway, Solomon. That's the thing, right? I'm gonna be talking while I'm doing this anyway. Besides, natural animal instinct will take over. If I need to breathe, I'll be forced to breathe. But I'm almost thinking about doing this twice a day now, at least some of the time. So the idea is I'll have a casual walk in the morning like this, where we stream, but then at night or in the afternoon, go for another walk where I pump the treadmill up and do it properly. Right now I'm not pushing it because I don't want to be able to not speak. But again, it doesn't matter. Next year is the goal, not today or this month or trying to get a beach body by April or any of that stuff. Yes, Solomon, you're right. I see. No, I'm not. I can't imagine I will likely dye my hair. Anything's possible. Who knows? I could change my mind someday, but up until now, I don't bother. Yeah, I don't think it helps. I don't think it's going to help me. There's nothing that I need to, let's say, look younger for. Besides, I still feel like 23 anyway, so. One of the things I was just actually discussing with my son and my nephew the other day is that, you see a bunch of people, it doesn't have to be guys, but let's say a bunch of older guys sitting around. For women, it's probably the same thing. You think that the conversations are different when you're 20, when you're 30, when you're 40 and beyond, but it's not. It's the same thing. There you go. Yeah, honesty is something people have to choose, right? When I see somebody that is dishonest in the spirit of wanting people to like them, I understand why. But for me, it's never mattered. But I put too much online. I couldn't lie if I wanted. Everybody can find everything out if they wanted to very easily. When I was in my young adult life, I made myself virtually the easiest person to find online. So now there's no escape. My hair is dishonest. I wonder what you mean about that. There's no dye in my hair. It's probably among the last things I'd spend money on. You could see. Doesn't matter. People online will accuse you of all kinds of different things. Besides, we're watching on a camera, so you can't see. My hair is dark brown. It looks darker just because of the light. I don't have any light in front of me. It's only behind me, and it's just natural light. And I'm in Canada. There's no real thing. So Solomon, yes. While we say to each other, no disrespect, doesn't matter to me whether anybody thinks I have natural hair color or not. It doesn't matter. I did a video yesterday with plenty of light on my face. Anybody could go look. So that's what I mean. When somebody puts themselves out there so much, you don't have a chance to lie. You don't have a chance to hide. And besides, I promise you, that kind of thing is the last thing on my mind. I'm expecting to start doing a lot more videos now for the channel, but we've got enough lighting that it should be as close to proper as anything else. The videos will look better than my previous stuff. Not that it's necessary. Anybody can film with whatever they've got, but because I've been on so many years now, it's got to be time to improve before somebody, people start saying, hey, what are you doing here? That's cool, Solomon. I see similarities in the way that we talk. I try to give the benefit of the doubt when I can, but it's hard sometimes not to judge a book by its cover. Besides, now we've entered a world in the last year or two where a lot of people question everything that they see. The first thing I say when anybody sends me any news posts or tweets or any of that stuff is that real? Somebody told me yesterday that Elon Musk bought Google. He goes, Elon Musk just bought Google 5 hours ago. Like, no, he didn't. I don't have to see to know that that's impossible. Now, anything's possible, but somebody who just spent and was almost forced to spend all kinds of money on Twitter couldn't possibly also pull in the financing to buy $1 trillion company. Trillion. Can't be done. But this person insisted. They saw a clickbait video from 3 weeks ago with a title that says, Elon Musk, I just bought Google. So, hey, I could be wrong. Maybe Elon Musk owns Google. Doesn't change my life in the slightest. But when I see or hear anything, I question it all now. Especially because I think we can all agree the world's been so divided. We can blame it on anything that we want, but politics have become trendy. And not just politics themselves, but political debate over just about anything. So you got the left and the right and the wars between, and when I see anybody that gets a little bit on the side of a fanatic over anything, I wonder to them, do Do you know that you might be an extremist? Because if you believe and see everything that you hear that is sent to you from people on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, you might want to double check before putting it out there. Oh no, not at all, Solomon. We're here to talk about whatever. We're here to talk about anything. I say the same things every day anyway. Some of my friends that are in the chat right now, I don't know how they do it. They continue to support me and they listen to the same speeches hundreds of times. I promise you, I'm as wrong as anybody. I get corrected often as anybody. I have people, thankfully, that will help me fix mistakes. A lot of the time, usually comes from rushing. No, it's all okay, Solomon. We can talk about anything as long as we don't get into stuff that we know is censored by the mainstream narrative, right? So, if we, as long as we don't specifically talk about those topics, because the problem is this: it's not a matter of being afraid. It's a matter of, if I can't keep my channel up, then I can't be on YouTube. I'm going somewhere else, right? So we have a choice. I used to have people when I was in the filming the Freedom Convoy, and people would say, "Come on, man, take a stand, pick a side." And I'm like, "Okay, dude, I'm here." Boots literally on the ground. I just drove 4 hours or 5 hours or whatever it is to get here, and I'm standing in the rain in minus 35 weather. You know, buying supplies, buying batteries, buying a winter crazy jacket. So I don't need to pick a side for anybody. You should know. Secondly, can't talk. I can't pick a side, because you get a choice. I can either pick a side and talk about it or film, but not both. Not at the same time. Yeah, see, here's the problem too. We tried a bit of Rumble. A lot of people were talking about Rumble while we were there. No views. Resulted in virtually nothing. And it doesn't, it's not going to replace. Like I said, if I can't do what I got to do and have it benefit in some way, then I got to go somewhere else. So I just won't be there. Besides, the Freedom Convoy is come and gone. So I'm glad that I was able to catch it. I plan on leaving those videos up forever. But you'll remember, Solomon, the more we talk about it, you'll remember back then that I kept my chat really, really tight and turned away a lot of people. A lot of people in the chat would have left, or like outright told me to get lost and stuff like that, because I would not allow some of the extreme hate and trolling and everything else to come in. You'll remember. So you're right, you know, and wars and fights need different types of people all the time. I feel that my best service in the idea, you know, but I mean, I was there for myself, of course, but in the idea that I could be doing two things at once, at least having a camera to show everybody the truth in real time, I felt was my best play. And then It's Our Abundant Life. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I think everybody's clear now that there's interference in all of these platforms. You simply can't say certain things or you run the risk of getting shut down. And I don't feel like having 5 years of work thrown down the drain so that somebody on the internet can be pleased with the fact that I said something out loud. That's too much. You got to pardon me for a second. I'll be back again. We're doing this every day now. Gloria's Platter, good to see you. Good Times Homestead, thanks for coming in. I'll be right back and we'll pick it up again. Oh, here we are. Luckily, this thing takes a second to get going. That's true, yes, Solomon. We're glad that we caught that. I didn't catch that. Oh, actually, I think I caught some of the jerry can stuff. Yeah, I didn't catch the Terry Fox statue or anything that. Yeah, Solomon, it's funny. Yeah. And there you go, yeah. He was lucky to be able to be there and stay. I had to come back every week, so I was only able to be there a few days a week. But I was glad for the time. Oh, and then thank you, Gloria's Platter. She's walking every day too. Yes, Solomon. But to be honest with you, so while we refresh our memories, you know, it'd be because of your interaction and other people who felt so passionately that kept us being able to do it over and over. My biggest mistake was thinking it was going to go on. Missed opportunity, you know. I should have had more conversations and connections with more people while I was there, because when I left on Thursday, the last time, you'll notice my last video is Eric's truck pulling away. And that was the last I was there. I thought I was coming back on Tuesday, but Jeff called me the next day and said, that's it, it's over. We won't be back by Tuesday. And he was still there. Glorious Platter, yeah. Chased me away for a second. Oh, yeah. So what we're talking about, what we're talking about is last February was a thing called the Freedom Convoy, which made world news. Tony, good to see you here. And Canada is not usually on the world stage the way that it was. Usually the United States will do something big and Canada will tag along. But this was unique. And I only live 4 or 5 hours basically away from the capital. So I was able to go. And the guy that I work with, is actually his idea. He was there and he said, you should come. And I said, hey, why don't I? You know, I'll lose a little bit of work, but what a benefit, right? To get there and see it, you know, firsthand and film and our YouTube channels and all that. So we went to the Capitol and were able to film. So I was there the same 3 days a week that I always am online. And was able to catch lots of it. We did long streams, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. I would take a break and then do another one. Some of the people there would go 12 hours or 24 hours, but the purpose was to document what was happening, the things that the news stations would skew or wouldn't show. But it's all there. It's all there now. But I gained so many subscribers, thousands. You know, some channels just took off. One of the guys had only a couple thousand before he started and got to 150 or something. And we've all lost a little bit from the trolls and fake accounts and stuff. Yeah, I wasn't able to go to the States after. They did the People's Convoy in Nashville, or close to Nashville, but for that I didn't go. Yeah, it was an interesting time, probably never to be seen again. But now, you know, with so much other platforms like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everything else, so many people were able to capture a lot of it. I made a bad decision while I was there. I thought I was doing well, but and helping, but I would stay close to the stage to catch all the speeches, thinking that people wanted to hear them, but people would always, a lot of people would leave to go to the other streams, not really interested in what was said, more just the activity on the, you know, around the area. But we caught a lot of it. It's all still there, like I said. What was nice is having people come up and stream sniping, saying like, hey, you know, I've seen your stuff, and you know, a lot of people thanking, and even the truckers themselves were thanking the YouTubers for and other streamers. Thank you, Gloria. Yeah, there was a lot. It was very interesting all the way around. But the truth is, they did actually freeze some bank accounts, some of the people who were involved. That was a really scary thing, to know that the government can come in and, you know, have that kind of authority and pull that kind of activity because people are waving Canadian flags and going against the mainstream message. But we saw it. It's real. Solomon, interesting way to put it, but that's funny. I might steal that line. I might take your line. Oh, but thank you for engaging the conversation, because you're everybody here is helping to keep me motivated to keep doing this every day. And I insist that the exercise is helping. I get not any chronic back pain or anything like that, but after sitting for 16 hours a day, I do get a little bit. Or after driving for a couple of hours, and that stopped immediately. By day number 3, it was virtually gone. Not that I don't have any at all, but nothing I need to take Advil or Tylenol or anything for. No, not barefoot. I'm not that hardcore yet, Solomon. Maybe one day, but that I've never done yet. I know barefoot running is a thing, But this is just started. I just barely began this. So I don't know what I'll be doing a year from now, but that's the goal. The goal is to be doing things a year from now, not today, not going too far. I can use every excuse that I want. I don't want to be demotivated and everything else, but the most important thing is just to walk. You know, the doctor specifically said you got to walk an hour a day. Because if you do that for 6 months, you'll see a difference. And that's it. Because you don't need to do weights, you don't need to go hardcore, you don't need to run, just walk. So I happen to have, like we happen to have, a treadmill at home, so I'm able to do this. But I have a gym membership that I've been paying for and not going for 2 years, so now I'm able to use that as well. But we'll see, you know, next week we'll be faster than we are today. And a few weeks from now, we'll be much faster than that, I hope. Oh, I see. See, I haven't seen them yet. Good Times Homestead. I have heard of barefoot running, but I have not seen it. Obviously, you can probably look it up easily and see lots of different things. So it's a possibility. But I just bought shoes too. I'm not gonna let that go to waste. If no other excuse, I'll use that. No, you're right, Solomon. Yeah, it's not that. I wasn't like in pain or anything. I went to the doctor because I gained a little bit of weight last year all at once. And I thought it was a bit too much. So I went to get a physical because now, you know, I'm at an age where I should be doing that every year or two, just to make sure, right? Some of the horrible things that are out there, we want to catch early and have a chance. So I'm lucky that I'm in as close to perfect health as somebody could be, except for, you know, not being in shape or whatever, but I'm lucky I got nothing wrong right now. So I'd like to keep it that way as long as I can. It's preventative, not to repair. Possibly Good Times Homestead. The only thing is where I work and where I stay when I need to work, we don't have room for a treadmill or elliptical right now. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but I swear it's true. There's nothing that can be done. I gave up the smallest amount of space we might have used for unboxing and review area for YouTube, so we'll do that first and see. But you know, the gym membership's not bad because I expect to eventually do weights and things like that. I just haven't done it yet. The biggest thing I always complain about is time, right? If there was only more time. So one of the things that has always been a challenge for me is everything's all business. Whether it's school, whether it's work, whether it's being at the gym. I don't want to spend one more minute doing it than I have to. I want to spend the right amount of time, and that's it. On to the next thing. Interesting, Solomon, interesting. Yeah, I wonder sometimes, oh thank you, it's Our Abundant Life. I wonder sometimes if the, when I do wear a belt, that contributes to the back pain. But, you know, hopefully, let's say next year, I'll be down a size or two, so that'll help. Besides, not every human body's the same, right? I've got this shape that requires a belt, or seems to. There's not one pair of pants that I own, and I got quite a few clothes, but there's not one that I can hang on to without it right now. So again, we're just worried about next year. Not today, not this week, not, you know, barefoot running today and not wearing a belt tomorrow. We'll see. Just here to walk for now. And that's it. Maybe, Solomon. If you saw my waist up close, you might understand. Not every human body's built the same way. That's one thing that I notice is in conversations with people. You know, a lot of people expect everybody to be exactly the same. What works for one person works for another. But, you know, it would take me the better part of 50 years to describe to you why I'm using a gray towel right now. Every decision we make is a product of our entire life's experience. You know, if everybody would get the same results from every single thing, then it would be as easy as, okay, just don't do anything but drink water and eat celery every day. We all know that's what we should do. So, you know, anybody that eats anything other than celery and drinks anything other than water isn't doing it right, is an idea, right? But it's not that simple. Besides, what I did learn, especially being around the Freedom Convoy, where we have many more people on the right side of the political divide, is that a lot of those people, much like myself, don't like to be told what to do and won't be. So anybody can tell us anything we want, and it's not going to affect change so easily. It takes time, takes, you know, people doing their research with a simple Google search or whatever. But a lot of times people will ask me questions, especially about what's gone on in the last couple of years. And I said, for anybody that's known me for 20 years or more, when do you ever know me to do what I'm told without asking why? I always ask why. It was probably the most annoying thing for every teacher I ever had, not to mention my parents. Not that I don't take what people suggest. I know most people have best intentions. They actually want to help, and I understand. But I'm not going to take my shoes off now. Not right now while we're on the treadmill. Maybe someday I'll try. But and that's the thing, Solomon. Yes, I believe that I understand how important it is. I had somebody say to me the other day that tends to be on the left side of the spectrum, but somebody that I care about very much, said to me, it seems that the people on the right side just won't listen. And I say, it's funny that you say that, because the biggest argument that I hear, especially at the Freedom Convoy from the people on the right side, is the people on the left just don't seem to want to listen. And I say this all the time. It comes from politics, it comes from religion, it comes from a lot of things. I say, don't you hear in each other that the words that you say are the same, but somehow you see things differently, you know? And who's to say? Who's to say what's right or wrong? I make my decisions based on my life experience. And, you know, I don't tend to think of myself necessarily as on one side or the other of everything, because I promise you, minds can be changed pretty quick. So you might have people who lean towards one side, but as soon as a particular issue comes up, and it could be any one, they change their mind pretty quick. It's very different when you and your family are affected by something, you know? Yes, you're right, Solomon. You're right. But again, thank you everybody. We've been on for about 45 minutes. Stock Explorer is going to go live shortly. When they do, we'll go over there and raid Coastal Water. I think I missed your stream this morning by like 5 minutes. You're up way earlier than I am. Way earlier. Oh, Good Times Homestead. The other thing too is that I still today again haven't set the fan up. Everybody who was here yesterday heard me set a reminder on the phone. Michael's Adventures is probably rolling his eyes right now. I set a reminder on the phone to set the fan up, and I didn't. And that was the one thing that I figured out was the difference. In the gym that I go to most often, there's fans there. And it makes it so that I'm not sweating and barely able to speak. We wondered why, because I'm trying to set the treadmill at the same speed no matter where I am, right? Even if we're using different ones. Ghostly Winds, thanks for coming in. Thanks for being there yesterday. I know when I was on Have Cheetah Views channel, I wasn't reading the chat. The conversation was, the excuse I used is the conversation was pretty intense. So I did go back and look after, and I saw you were there, and thank you for that. Ghostly Winds is a longtime friend. As everybody here, everybody in the chat right now is a longtime friend. Oh, 5:30. Out the door by 7:30, 7-ish, 7:30. Oh. I'm snoring at that time. My hope is that what we're doing here is going to eventually have me up at 7 instead of 8. But yeah, it likely varies. I don't expect any of these are accurate. One of the gyms I go to has machines that are probably getting on 10 years old actually. But it's fine. We're just here to walk, so. It was something else, Ghostly Winds, that's for sure. Yeah, Solomon, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the conversation. I'm always happy to have healthy debate or conversation and stuff like that. You know, I imagine I won't be swayed by anybody easily, not in a single conversation, but the more we talk, the more everybody can learn, and maybe then we can affect change over a long period of time. Interesting, Ghostly Winds. That's an interesting way to look at it. Ghostly Winds is somebody, if you visit their channel, they are always in good spirits. Always. Always happy. Always energetic. And then thank you, Solomon. Yes, hopefully we'll see you again soon. I expect to do these 6 days a week, and then when possible, hopefully get outdoors. And there you go, Ghostly Winds, yeah. The Stock Explorer will probably go on before I finish here. That's really the best way to raid, to be honest with you. Sometimes we do, we try to aim them, but it's better to have started. so that people can start to trickle in. When we do raids on the other channel, we usually start them 15 minutes before the end so that people can head over there, and honestly, so at the end of the other streams can be a little less overwhelming towards the end. You notice that. Might have 30 or 40 people in the chat right up until 20 minutes before the end, and then starts to trickle down to about 20 or so. But that's deliberate. Yes, Ghostly wins, and thank you for that. Yeah, the Stock Explorer will be on. I'm actually going to go on their channel again, or not again, but for the first time, for another interview type conversation on Saturday. I'm sure it'll be much different than yesterday, but that'll be interesting. We've been talking about that for a while, so I'm looking forward to it. And then I'm not sure if Stock Explorer is still here, but you can drop your link if you'd like to for the raid, or I can go get it actually. Let me see if I can get it. Come back in a second. Oh, for sure, Ghostly wins. Yeah, when I do different interviews on different channels, I really never know what to expect. Like yesterday, I didn't know what Have Cheatable View had in store, but I've known him for a long time. And actually, what we ended up talking about the most, he's brought up before in a small way. Thank you, Stock Explorer. So they're going to go live in a couple minutes here. Anybody can hop over there anytime. There's already a few people in the chat. I'm going to keep this going for another 10 minutes or a little bit less, and then we'll get over there. The Stock Explorer is going to feel bad about yesterday. I got heated, heated and passionate, but it's fine. You know, I'm happy to be able to get across the point. Maybe it was needed, I think, you know. And we'll see what the Stock Explorer has in mind. But we've known each other a long time now too, and the Stock Explorer I've had several conversations with over like Instagram and stuff, but I know they are very much caring about the community and here on YouTube and other people. So I'm sure, you know, as most people in our group are. Oh, Good Times Homestead. Oh yeah, it was a premiere. I kept thinking it was live the other day when you were cooking in the backyard there. Or I'm assuming it was the backyard, but cooking outdoors there. One of the things that people wonder, I think, is that how are you gonna? So what I've heard from a couple people is like, what will I talk about? What will I say in the live stream? How can I talk for an hour, right? But the truth is, the chat keeps it going. as soon as you have the first 4 or 5 people in there, somebody will ask you a question if nothing's happening about anything. If I was walking right now, somebody might ask me about the picture on the wall, or are these blinds that are closed, or what's behind me, and why is there a light on, and you know, anything at all. Oh, my towel again. Yeah, Ghostly Winds knows. Ghostly Winds goes live a lot of, like, I've been connected to Ghostly Winds for 2 years now, and they've always, first of all, they're playing a game when they're live, so they're able to talk about what they're playing, but they always are more attentive in the chat than I ever was when I started. You know, some of the people who've been with me that long will remember I used to spend the whole time apologizing for not reading the chat, and I knew someday I would get better. I don't know what did it, but now you see in Tuber chat it's much better than it used to be, even though it's busier. Oh, yeah, Good Times Homestead, but we can always delete something if we don't like it. Jen has a lot of personality. She'll be able to keep it going. Coastal Water goes live almost every day. There you go, yes. Backlash Fisherman and Coastal Water, that's a husband and wife duo, right? They're on each other's channels all the time. They both go live almost every day. There you go, yes, the chat of doom. Oh, pardon me. I gotta keep this going for 5 more minutes, but I forgot to set the fan up. I just dropped my towel. Was it smashed a outlet? Oh, it's just scary looking. All the wires are exposed. Oh. I'll have to turn the breaker off and pull that out after.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. Oh, there's, okay, never mind. We're done. Treadmill is unplugged. Oh, goodness. Oh, well. we smashed the plug right out of the wall. It can't be safely put back together right now. I got to turn the breaker off and dig this thing out of there and get a new power bar or something. Yeah, router's off, everything's off. Oh well, all right. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Tomorrow I'll make up another 5 minutes to make up for today. We're going over to the Stock Explorer right now though. So hopefully they're live.